Taylor Lewan is not only a member of the All-Decade Team, he's obviously a professional at the business that I'm trying to be a professional in. Man, you got the podcast, you got everything rolling. You look and sound better than any of our other interview subjects.
Well, that's the goal, is to be the best at everything, right? So once I knew I got the honor, I went out there, tried to grab everything. But it also helps with the podcast I'm doing right now, Busting with the Boys. Please subscribe and rate 5 stars. It'll help immensely. So it's a cool setup, man. It's super easy. You plug it in the computer, got a little mic, this little Yeti Bluetooth deal. I'm a big fan. It's really easy to get things done too.
And it's part of your the way that you live right now, your philosophy, the hashtag no bad days kind of philosophy. How's that been through 2 months of it now?
I'll tell you what, I've gotten more dad and husband time than I have since I've been married. So it's been awesome. I have a daughter that's going to be 3 years old in July, and then one on the way. And it's just to get this much family time, making the best out of any situation. And so like, for me, that's been it, is like, how can I get the best time? How can I, help imprint, mold my child, and like, establishing that relationship when, you go into the season and for 6 months, it's my wife's, a single mother trying to do her best and raise our kids while I'm out, trying to fulfill a dream of mine of playing football. So it's been very tough on a lot of people, and it's been tough on, everyone relatively. And for us, it's been hard, but it's been an awesome way for us to kind of settle down and relax and like spend more family time and really figure out what's most important.
What are you thinking about the most when you start to think about the potential restart and all the conversations that are being had about all the different options and weighing health and safety versus the enjoyment, the entertainment, the financial factors? What are the first 2 or 3 things that you're focused on right now?
I mean, for me, I think safety of anybody is an extremely important thing. And I think it's important that we get a handle on what the data really is and what's skewed and what's not. And unfortunately, I think in a lot of, this thing has really become a political thing almost, of everyone trying to use a little more agenda than it probably should be. This is a pandemic. This is something that is affecting not only the United States of America, but the entire world. And for us, like, we want sports. We love sports. I mean, it's my job and I absolutely love it, but we need to make sure that everyone's healthy and safe and in a good position before we go on and start bringing fans to stadiums. I do believe we're going to have a season.
As you think back to your Michigan career, tons of accolades, a lot of relationships that I know were built. What's the best memory, or what lasting memory means the most to you from your time in Ann Arbor?
That is an extremely hard question to answer, because Ann Arbor itself is such an amazing place. And the University of Michigan has so much rich history and so many players that played before and have done so much more than I ever have. And so when I look back at my career, there's been so many, ups and so many downs. And unfortunately, when I was at the University of Michigan, it was kind of that dark period. It was the Rich Rodriguez and the Brady Hoke era. And I think, we didn't succeed the way that our Michigan faithful fans wanted us to. And I wish so much that we could, go back and kind of retry and see how that went. But when I think about the cool things that I got to experience when I was at Michigan, other than the school and everything, just looking at the football games, playing in that first night game at the University of Michigan against Notre Dame was one of the coolest experiences ever, because before then, Michigan didn't even have lights at their stadium. It was old school. It was like, you're playing at noon, you're playing at 3:30, and that's kind of the gig. And for them to adapt and to grab lights, and for us to go play another story program, a top 3 rivalry for the University of Michigan, to come back the way we did with Denard Robinson throwing that pass to Roy Roundtree, it was unbelievable. And to be a part of that kind of stuff, man, I still watch YouTube videos of the hype, all that stuff, the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of that game. And just, I just see 77 at left tackle, but watching Denard Robinson, shoelace, the guy who was on the cover of NCAA when that was still a thing, as my quarterback, nicest guy in the entire world, like literally the face of the University of Michigan for those years, throwing it to Roy Roundtree, who's doing an amazing job at coaching, and, picked off that ball in the back right corner of the end zone it's unbelievable. It was such a cool experience. And that's something I'll definitely never forget. The uniforms, everything. It was just a really cool game.
Taylor, it's great to catch up, man. Congratulations on being named to the All-Decade Team. Obviously, it was well-deserved. We wish you the best of luck continuing in the NFL and this great path that you're on. Thanks for the time, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.